Every once in a while, we get to witness something that has never happened before in sport, and it breaks a barrier that many thought could never go down. There was the 10-second barrier, broken for the first time in the men's 100 meters. Then there was the 2-hour marathon, finally broken by the greatest to ever do it. And who could forget the iconic 4-minute mile, finally broken against all odds from none other than Roger Bannister. Seeing these kind of historic performances is a reminder that barriers are in fact meant to be broken. But barriers don't always come in terms of seconds, minutes, or hours. Sometimes they involve age. And that is where one 16-year-old is completely rewriting history. And up next is his greatest challenge to date. In 2026, we have witnessed the impossibly fast Sam Ruth from New Zealand, who at just 16 years old, ran a crazy fast 3-minute and 48-second mile. This time is not only an age group record, and by far the youngest that anyone has ever been to run under 3:50, but it also takes down the fastest high school mile ever run by anyone by about 5 entire seconds. What Sam Ruth has been able to do since turning 15 is absolutely unreal. He's broken 4 minutes at 15 years of age. He ran under 8 minutes for the 3,000 at 15 as well. He then ran a 1:45 in the 800 at 16, and now he has found himself in the ever-exclusive 3-minute and 50-second mile club. It is not an exaggeration to say that Ruth is literally one of the fastest milers in the world right now, and it now places him as the 12th fastest indoor miler in history. With such an amazing top-tier ranking on the all-time list, many see Sam Ruth as a novel athlete that has the highest ceiling that we have ever seen. And many also believe that he's close to untouchable right now over the 1-mile distance. Well, that was until his next race was announced, because at the 2026 Asics Sound Invite, Sam Ruth is officially running against none other than Hocker from the United States. And as the 2024 Olympic champion and the most recent winner of the ever-competitive Elite Men's 2-mile in the Millrose Games, Hocker comes into this race with some serious momentum. Some see Ruth as the future of middle-distance running. Based on his progression recently, they see him as a real threat to the Paris Olympic champ. However, what Hocker has that nobody else in the world does right now is a type of strength and finishing speed that actually might be the greatest of all time. If we go back to the 2025 World Championships in track and field in Tokyo, Japan, we saw an amazing kind of history in the men's 5,000-meter final. Now, in this race, we had a very interesting circumstance, as Hocker entered this race as possibly the favorite, given that he was disqualified out of the 1,500 for shoving his way past other athletes in the qualifying round. This was quite the surprise, as Hocker was looking to defend his Olympic championship in the 15, but moving to the 5,000, he now entered with extraordinary determination. In this field, we had some of the fastest runners in the history of the event. From East African greats to new American superstars, it was really a who's who of distance running. And with 1 lap to go, Hocker found himself in 12th place. Just look at the distance and the sheer number of athletes that he would have to pass in order to win. But one by one, Hocker continued accelerating and continued passing the athletes up until the final 100. And then, Hocker turned on the jets. Just look at this unbelievable acceleration that nobody else in the field had an answer to. Hocker had dismantled this field and also run a crazy fast 12:58 for the world final. But amazingly, his final 400 meters came in at 52.6. To this day, this is the fastest final 400 in the history of sub-13-minute 5,000-meter times. Faster than anything Bekele did, faster than anything Mo Farah did. This is a very special performance. And with a final 100 of 12.49 seconds, it makes sense that Hocker has been feared by so many people since this race. And now, well, it appears as though he's continuing that kind of speed. For this indoor season, Hocker has been completely unbeatable, and breaking records has almost been a requirement. He broke the indoor American record over the 2,000 meters, running a time of 4 minutes 52.92 seconds, just to see that record broken about 16 hours later. He's recently run an 8:07 for the 2 miles, and then he ran a 2:16 over the 1,000 meters. And all of these races have really been pushing Cole into what I believe is his greatest event, and that is the 1 mile distance. For the 2026 Asics Sound Invitational, the JDL Fast Track in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, is officially set to be on fire. And it's not just because Sam Ruth and Cole Hocker will be clashing. We'll also get a chance to see Sam Tanner from New Zealand and also Cooper Teare. This clash of talent is definitely set to do something special, but don't take my word for it. Take a look at the pacing expectations and the entry times. This is the full list of entries for this men's mile coming up this Saturday at 7:25 p.m. Now, of course, Sam Ruth and Cole Hocker are coming into this race as two of the most high-profile athletes in the world. You've got a 16-year-old world number 1, you've got the Paris Olympic champ and recent Millrose Games winner, you've got a 350-miler in Cooper Teare, and also do not sleep on Sam Tanner, as he actually managed to beat Sam Ruth most recently in the outdoor mile with a time of 3:53. And if he hadn't gotten spiked in this year's John Terrier Classic, where Sam Ruth ran a 3:48, it is very possible that we could have seen him also run a 3:48. Now, the reason that I wanted to take a closer look at this full list of athletes is because it not only has the wavelight pacing here, which is looking to go through 809 meters at 154, which is just under 153 through 800, but they also have the goal time here, which is 3:46. Now, if you'll remember, in 2025, Jakob Ingebrigtsen broke the indoor mile record with a time of 3:45.14, and that took down the previous record of Yard Nagoose by more than a second. But it really does appear as though Cole Hocker, at least, is officially going after this record, and there's even more reason to believe that, because on his listed entry time here, he put down a time of 3:44.27. Now, I'm not entirely sure where this number comes from. It is entirely possible that this just could be the result of the transfer time from his 1500 personal best, which of course is the Olympic record at 3:27.65. But either way, to see a 3:44 listed here next to his name while the world record stands at 3:45 is pretty wild to see, and I really do believe that Cole Hocker has the ability to at least challenge the world record right now. He took down the field at Millrose with ease. He's making these Virginia Tech time trial performances look way too easy, and if he is in any kind of fitness to close like he did in the 2025 5,000 final, then he is going to be a problem over the final 400 meters. This year's Asics Sound Invite is going to be absolute cinema, and in the men's mile, we have a real chance at witnessing history. And if Sam Ruth can put together anything like we saw in Boston, who knows, he could go under 350 or even go faster than 348.88, and that certainly would be historic. Thanks for watching, everyone. Until next time.